Hi, welcome to Living Healthy with Amy Turner. Today I have a very special guest, Julia Kellerstrass, my friend. She's also a fly facilitator for the company called Fly Fulfill Life Yourself, which we're both facilitators for. I met Julia a few years ago from her mom. I first became friends with her mom, and then one day when I was at her mom's house, Julia was there, so it was so fun to meet her. So today I wanted Julia to share her journey. She has an amazing journey to share about some health issues that she went through, and then how the fly really helped her with all that.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. This is so great to have you here.
Yeah.
So could you start by sharing maybe back, your childhood, like all the health things that you've been through? And
Yeah. So when I was 6.5, I was diagnosed with seizures.
Okay.
And my parents couldn't figure out like why I was having all these seizures and stuff because I was really healthy. And they did even doctors did scans on my brain and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with they didn't see anything wrong with it. There wasn't any sign of epilepsy, stuff like that. So my parents did a lot of programs with me growing up, like keto diet, medical with marijuana, herbs, just homeopathic remedies, therapy, just all of that, and even medication, but none of it seemed to be really working. Some of it a little bit, but not fully. And I knew there was something missing. So as I thought I was getting better over the years, with the beginning of my marriage, I was actually getting worse. I was, I was hitting more rock bottom than I thought. I started getting OCD and panic attacks and anxiety attacks and depression, suicidal thoughts, just a lot. And
wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot to go through.
I know. I know. And especially, with my husband on the side of that as well, he just didn't know how to help me, and
Right.
and I was really to the point where what do I do? Please send me a sign. And so when my husband and I moved back where our family is, my mom actually found this program called Fulfill Life Yourself, and it was at an energy healing conference. And she's like, this is the answer for my daughter. And so she came to my apartment and she's like, Julia, we're gonna do this program. And I'm like, if you ever feel like you're giving up hope and stuff, still give yourself a shot because you're worth that shot. And so in the beginning I was iffy about it, but then I'm like, oh, okay, I can do this. And when I was going through it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the answer. This is literally the answer to what I was going through with seizures, OCD, anxiety, depression, everything. And I was starting to be really happy. And it came to the point where I saw my seizures as superpowers. And
wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So
can you kind of explain that a little bit?
Yeah.
How did you see the superpowers?
Yeah. So I know people that are watching this will be like, how did you see them as superpowers? And it's because I saw them as superpowers because they got me to the point where I was so happy in my life. Whatever trial or thing you have going on in your life, there's going to come to the point where you see that as growth, and that you'll eventually be super happy. You just haven't found that way yet. And so when I'm a new person now compared to before I started the program, I'm like, yes, my seizures are my superpowers because I am like so happy now. And if it weren't for them, I wouldn't have found this program, and it wouldn't have gone to where I am today. So
Right.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so I did share it with your mom.
Okay.
So that's how she found out
that's
about
right.
it.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I know sometimes because she did go. So I told her mom about it and some other friends, and then I told her that Lamont would be speaking at the energy conference, and that was the first energy conference you went to. That's okay though, because what I wanted to emphasize was so when I first started doing the program, before I became a facilitator, I just thought this is so amazing. I wanted to keep sharing it with others because it was helping me so much. And so right away I started texting friends. And your mom was one of them because actually, because it can actually benefit anybody, even if you don't have anxiety or physical issues or things like that, or addictions or anything. It also can just help you improve your life and accomplish goals and things. So anyways, when I shared it with your mom, you were in the back of my mind, actually. I was like, because I know you had struggled so much. Because when I had met Julia at her mom's house, I remember, because your mom had already told me a lot of issues that she had OCD, and she goes, she can't even function or work. And I remember you looked really, like filled with anxiety and scared. And so, yeah, it's just been amazing to see the changes that she has made, from seeing her before the program into now. It's so cool. Yeah. So, yeah, that's so awesome. I'm so grateful that she chose to do it, and her mom felt prompted to go to the energy conference and to get the help that you guys need, because you guys did a family plan, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's been great. And I just want to add that, like, I don't have, I'm so much better now that I'm at the point where I don't have seizures and, or like anxiety or depression or OCD. Like this is truly the answer to happiness. And I just want to tell you guys out there to not give up on yourselves, because you guys are worth it no matter what. So
that's awesome. So why did you decide to become a facilitator?
I decided to become a fly facilitator because I was only like a few months in the program, and then I'm like, wow, I can be changing a lot of people's lives with the story I have. And I love helping other people, because like people deserve happiness.
Yes.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to be a facilitator because, I can feel that this is my true calling in life, because obviously it seems like I was meant to have these seizures for a reason, and that's to just share my short story across the world. And so that's why, and I love it. I love it so much.
That's so wonderful. Could you share, because let's see, I can't remember exactly how it went, but was it that you watched a 5-hour digital first? Could you explain a little bit about that? Didn't you start having a lot of major changes just watching that 5-hour digital?
Yeah. So so part of the program, which you probably, said before, is the 5-hour video that you watch. And during it, I was like, I started crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, I understand what my brain is doing now. And when I understood it, I stood up and I went outside for and mingled, socialized with my husband's family. That hasn't happened in a long time, and it was still a little uncomfortable, but it was just like only a few hours in the 5-hour video, and it was a really cool experience, because I'm just like, when you understand what's going on in your brain, then you can take the action and get out of your comfort zone. Because people say get out of your comfort zone, but I feel if you just don't understand what's going on in your brain, then it's more difficult to get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know I didn't actually share all the steps with the program yet, so that's cool that you shared the 5-hour digital. I just felt prompted to, have you explain that, what happened with that, because there was a huge shift right there just with the 5-hour. Yeah. Another thing you would do is the 5-hour digital is the first thing you would do if you were interested in this program, and then 30-day modules that really get you to change and shift and retrain your brain. And then there's 3 group sessions that you get to go to, and those are really amazing. And lots of people have shifts there. And even if, like, sometimes Lamont, the owner of the company, will get up and he'll have someone come up and kind of share, an experience that they want to have a breakthrough on. But as they're having the breakthrough, then a lot of people just sitting there watching that person has breakthroughs too. It's amazing. It's really cool because you learn a lot from other people.
Yeah, definitely. And just like this program is just really awesome because like it's fulfill life yourself. You're doing it yourself, and like it's just like it's cool doing it yourself because then you understand yourself more at a deeper level than anyone else could. So yeah, it's really cool.
I agree. I love that. That's what I love about it too. It just so empowers you, And I used to go to counselors and things, and they were helpful, but this program is more about, like Julia said, fulfilling it yourself. You go deep, you ask questions, and you can figure out the answers that are going on in your life. For example, anxiety is just a symptom. That's not the result of what's really going on. And as you ask questions like, well, why do I have anxiety? Or why am I feeling sad right now? Your brain will give you the answers if you just pause and listen. And so it's truly amazing that we all can find that truth and those answers within ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience today, Julia. That was so wonderful.
Yeah, of course. And I just want to also share that like yes, this program has helped me with the seizures and anxiety and those symptoms that we usually label and stuff. But as I was going through the program as well, I realized a part of me was being a massive manipulator towards my family and my husband with my health condition. I was very controlling and just telling them what to do constantly, and I could tell they were just so unhappy on how I was reacting and stuff, and they had to react a certain way or I would get upset. So I was very manipulative, and when I found that out, I'm just like, I started bawling, and then it was just a massive shift for me. And then when I realized that, I let that go. I haven't been a manipulator towards my husband or my family since then with my health condition.
Wow.
So my marriage is 10 times happier and better and fulfilling more than in the past because now we understand what's going on.
Yes, that's great. I know sometimes we just don't know what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
And unless we're given that information, then, how can we change, right?
Yeah.
And how can we get better? I love that. I know. One of my big ones was blaming. I blamed a lot. And, blame people or situations for things instead of just going, you know what? I have the choice to be happy in this situation no matter what. I'm the only one that can make myself happy. It doesn't matter if that person, said something unkind to me or what have you, or the situation's rough. I can choose to find joy in everything that I do and find joy in the journey and, find ways where I can learn and grow. Because I believe all of our experiences are here to help us grow on this earth. And yeah, it's been amazing. So
definitely.
We just highly encourage you and invite you, if you'd like to learn more about the Fly, to contact us. So how could someone contact you, Julia, if they would like to learn more about the Fly through you?
So I really am trying to build more on social media, but the main place to go is Facebook. So under Julia Kellerstrass, if you want to follow me.
She's got some great reels. I've watched a lot of her reels. She really is good about, sharing a lot. So they're really touching. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. And you could reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube if you'd like to learn more. Thank you. And we'll see you next time.